In the quiet hum of an ordinary morning, 6-year-old Danny sits alone in the living room, his small fingers tracing the contours of his cherished teddy bear. The bear, with its oversized button eyes and soft, comforting fur, has always been Danny's steadfast companion. As the morning sun filters through the curtains, casting a warm glow over the room, Danny's father prepares to leave for work. He leans in to kiss his wife, but she turns her face away, her expression a mask of indifferent coldness. The father's shoulders slump slightly, a silent admission of resignation as he steps out the door, his departure marked by a quiet sigh. Minutes later, the doorbell rings, and the cable man arrives. Danny watches in bewilderment as his mother's demeanor undergoes a remarkable transformation. Her eyes, previously dull and distant, now sparkle with a lively energy. A broad smile spreads across her face, and her laughter, light and unburdened, fills the air. A sound Danny hasn't heard in what feels like forever. She flirts with the cable man, her movements animated and playful, her laughter ringing through the house with a joy Danny can scarcely comprehend. Danny, clutching his teddy bear tightly, yearns to join in the newfound merriment. But his mother, absorbed in her flirtatious game, grows irritated by his presence.
Go to your room for a few minutes,
She commands sharply, her irritation slicing through the air. Danny's small frame tenses with hesitation, his heart sinking at the prospect of separation. His mother's frustration sharpens into annoyance, and she grabs him by the arm, dragging him toward his room with an almost mechanical coldness. She slams the door behind him with a finality that echoes in Danny's heart. Alone once more, Danny sinks onto his bed, hugging his teddy bear close. His eyes brim with tears as he feels the weight of his loneliness pressing down on him. Just as the tears begin to flow freely, the teddy bear's eyes flicker with a sinister red glow. The once innocent bear now appears eerie and menacing, its gentle countenance giving way to something darker.
Don't cry, Danny. I'm here. I'm your best friend.
The teddy bear coos, its voice a disturbing blend of comfort and menace. Danny's tears halt abruptly, replaced by a mix of curiosity and dread. He clutches the bear tighter, its promise of companionship offering a fragile solace.
Do you want to play hide and seek?
The teddy bear asks, its voice smooth and coaxing. Danny nods eagerly, his desire for distraction outweighing his apprehension.
Okay, let's play. I'll close my eyes. Count to 10. And you can go hide anywhere in the house.
The bear suggests.
But Mommy says I can't leave the room.
Danny protests weakly, his voice a tiny whisper of defiance.
Don't worry about Mommy. Don't you want to play with me?
The bear counters, its tone insistent and persuasive. Danny hesitates, his mind a whirl of conflicting emotions, but ultimately, he agrees. The teddy bear covers its eyes with its plush arms and begins counting. Danny, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and unease, slips out of his room and begins to explore the house in search of a hiding place. He creeps into his parents' bedroom, his footsteps silent against the floor. But as he pushes the door open, he freezes in shock. There, on the bed, his mother and the cable man are entwined in a moment of betrayal. The sight is jarring and surreal, their actions unmistakable. His mother's eyes widen in horror upon spotting Danny, her face contorting with a blend of anger and embarrassment. She scrambles away from the cable man, her movements frantic.
get out!
She screams, her voice raw with rage and shame as she slams the door shut, leaving Danny standing outside, his small body trembling with a mix of fear and confusion.
Gotcha.
The teddy bear's voice suddenly chirps in his ear, making Danny jump in surprise. The bear's smile seems to widen, its expression knowing and unsettling. That night, Danny lies in his bed, the teddy bear clutched tightly against his chest. He is jolted awake by the sounds of shouting from the living room. Heart pounding, he creeps to the door and peers through a crack, his tiny frame quivering with anxiety.
You whore! How dare you bring that cable guy into my house?
His father's voice roars, filled with fury and hurt.
Then leave, you son of a bitch! I don't love you anymore!
His mother's voice screams back, venomous and cutting. In a fit of rage, Danny's father raises his hand and slaps his wife across the face, the sound of the blow reverberating through the house.
Don't you dare challenge me, because you know I will!
He thunders, his voice a deadly promise. Danny's heart aches with a profound sorrow, his small body shaking with sobs as he clutches the teddy bear, seeking solace in its chilling embrace.
Don't cry, Danny.
The teddy bear murmurs softly, its eyes glowing a malevolent red.
I don't want Mommy and Daddy fighting.
Danny whispers between sobs, his voice fraught with anguish.
Don't worry, Danny. That won't happen. Just listen to me, and everything will be all right. Mommy and Daddy will love each other forever. We'll be a big, happy family.
The teddy bear promises, its smile twisted with dark satisfaction. The next morning, a strange tranquility settles over the house. Danny's parents awaken to the tantalizing aroma of breakfast. They shuffle into the kitchen, their faces strained but masked with forced smiles. Danny, his face glowing with innocent excitement, has prepared a breakfast feast: pancakes, eggs, and bacon. He chats animatedly with his teddy bear, which now seems lifeless and ordinary. Despite the underlying tension, Danny's parents sit at the table, their smiles stretching thin as they take hesitant bites of the food. Danny watches them with hopeful eyes, his anticipation palpable. But as they eat, something horrifying unfolds. Their faces pale, their bodies convulse, and they begin to gag and choke, their eyes wide with terror. They vomit blood, their bodies writhing in agony. The mother collapses first, followed by the father. As he draws his final breath, the father's gaze lands on a small bottle of poison beside the breakfast ingredients, a silent accusation of the morning's events. In the aftermath, Danny lies in bed, sandwiched between the lifeless bodies of his parents. His face is serene, a look of pure, unsettling contentment gracing his features. The teddy bear snuggles up next to him, its eyes glowing with a faint, malevolent light.
You see, Danny? Now we can all live happily ever after.
The teddy bear whispers, its voice thick with dark satisfaction. Danny smiles, hugging the bear tightly as he drifts into a sleep that is both peaceful and profoundly disturbing, surrounded by the twisted semblance of a family he has longed for.
Like and subscribe